The scenery of the sun slowly crawling up from the horizon this morning is more or less the same scenery that has been seen through generations for over 3 centuries. Being one of the king's land, or Negeri Raja-Raja in Moluccas, Booi is perhaps not known by many. Yet this land has all the uniqueness worth revealing. Booi lies in Uliaser Islands, on the south coastal area of Saparua. Boi's ancestor originally descends as the subgroup of Siwa tribe. They have built their lives in the history of Moluccas, and their descendants have spread all over the globe. Recorded in history, Booi was the second negeri or village to convert to Christian after Ulat or Belohia Malatu during VOC occupation in 1630.
Antara orang Samaria dan orang Yahudi ini selalu saja berbeda pendapat. Tidak bisa dipertemukan.
Booi was the first negeri on the whole islands to be baptized by the VOC ministry. Raja or the king was the first to accept Christian, then followed by his people in order to fulfill a dogmatic requirement. Yet by converting to Christian, Booi had politically submitted to the VOC and indirectly had become an ally. There has been 12 to 15 generations lived this negeri since the 17th century. It's a long story and complex plot about human relations to its culture, and the short documentary is a tiny perspective to capture it.
Bangayo, Bangayo toki pinggir ambang, Jaro berdansa menari, dansa bye-bye. Bangayo Bangayo, Bangayo toki pinggir ambang, Jaro berdansa menari, dansa bye-bye. Manale subita. Supeta di mata cielo mana tunangan beta beta polo que le choca para Bangayo Bangayo toki pinggir arumba jaro berdansa menari dansa papa.
The people of Booi is blessed with the most stunning scenery by Mother Nature. The exotic seashore lies in Kahil, Atonyo, Burputi, Pombo Island, Batu Pintu, and numbers of beautiful nature symbols that truly reveal the greatness of Negeri Booi, Samahu Amanulatu. As if hidden beneath its unique characteristic, Booi is well founded on stair terraces or trap-trap, while houses and other structures are built on stone foundation. Such unusual structure has amazed visitors who see it for the first time. Through satellite imaging, Booi is seen to have been built on a well-planned architecture design with a remarkable precision of a triangle outline. Compared to other negeri, there's no doubt that Booi was way ahead their time in modern architecture. Such fact distinguishes the natural skill of Boi's ancestor. Today, the recent generation takes role in preserving the intellectual property of its ancestors. There are adjustments to the people's way of life. But one thing for sure, the original Negeri Pagar Batu and Negeri Trap Trap will always be an identity that distinguishes Negeri Booi, Samahu Amanulatu from other negeri. The knowledge of construction that has passed through generations seems to have become the specific skill that belongs to the Booi people. With their skillful hands, churches, health center, houses are built. Builder has then become the profession that most Booi people do to make a living. There's a unique fact related to the Booi people and their crafting skill. Those who choose different profession other than builder can still easily make an artwork without learning crafting or studying art. There's a myth among the people of the Negri that the origin of their famous skill in crafting and architecture lies here in these small fountains called air tukang or craftsman's water. As told, at these fountains a man called Somokil from Booi met one of the 7 fairies from heaven. They fell in love, married, and gave birth to a mixed descendant with special crafting skill. In short, it was that mixed marriage that marked the beginning of the legendary crafting skill of the Booi people. Besides construction, people make their living from working in agriculture fields or fishing. Cannery is another special characteristic from Booi. Almost everyone in Booi who owns dusun, or a piece of land in the forest, usually owns cannery trees on their property. Although cannery is processed in a quite traditional way, it still has economic value. Besides cannery, nutmeg and clove are another source of income. Negeri Booi is contiguous with Negeri Paperu or Tou Nusa Amalatu in the south, Negeri Haria Puncak in the west, Negeri Haria Pesisir in the north, and Saparua Bay in the east. It is believed that these borders were determined by Nona Bo or Miss Bo and Nona Oi or Miss Oi, 2 important figures whose names are taken after the name of Negeri Booi. Referring to Dirtol Bartos' research data collection in Central Moluccas during 1974 to 1975, the common marga is as reported: Hahuri of Lohatu, Nanulaita of Lohatu, Hatusupit of Losama, Werenusa of Lokutu, Lesilolo of Pamahu, Weno of Pamahu, Taberima of Pemahu, Polnaya of Pawai, Rita Waimahu of Pawai, Somokil of Pawai, Malaiholo of Tutulepi, Patiasina of Tutulepi, Talane of Tutulepi, Amar Hosea of Peneu, Tahaleli of Peneu, Huliselan of Selima, Hehanusa and Soisa. Furthermore, according to Bartels, there are marga like Melatunan and Sihanenia that seems to have disappeared from Booi. The recent increased number of marga as the consequence of cross-tribe marriages indicates Booi is expanding. Since early Booi, Marga Patiasina has been trusted with the privilege to govern the Negri and considered a noble descent. It was VOC who first appointed a man from Marga Patiasina to be Raja Booi. This tradition has passed until today Yet, there are some periods where the elected Raja comes from another marga, like Somokil, Polnaya, and Anulaita. At first glance, the appearance of this church looks similar to other churches, but on a closer observation through the details, one may see the differences that distinguishes the characteristic of this building that has been a tradition keeper for 100 of years. There are 2 row benches on the west side of the church platform, where only the female can occupy. Arranged the same way, the opposite direction is occupied by the male congregation. Philosophical insight of such layout started from the perspective that west symbolizes land, where the women accept prosperity that is being brought from the sea or the east by their men. Moreover, the height of the preacher's platform is elevated to the same level of height as for the Raja's throne. It emphasizes equality and authority and a shared responsibility for leading the negeri. This value then becomes a strong foundation for the community to live in harmony, equality, and justice. To complete one's journey in Booi, the beautiful negeri in Uliasser Islands, getting acquainted with its custom and tradition is essential. Marriage is one of the most interesting traditions in many parts of the world. Like other negeri, marriage tradition in Booi requires kasnai kaim berkat di Baileo, a ritual where a man from outside the negeri who wants to marry a woman from Booi and must give a piece of white fabric to the negeri as a requirement to the traditional law. There's also bayar kaing om. However, unlike other negeri, the traditional law in Booi constrains the groom to perform this tradition if he is an original Booi descent. Panama is part of the marriage tradition in Booi, where the son is obliged to introduce his soon-to-be wife to his big family in a family feast. Huge budget is usually prepared for this. There is also bunupeng, a tradition related to carpentry. In general, bunupeng is the final part of a whole construction plan. Started with batu penjuru and batu alasan as the foundation, then a house is built. During construction, one wooden nail is spiked to the structure but deliberately left unrefined. Bunupeng, or refining a wooden nail, is held later to symbolize the final phase when the building process is done with a good result. When Badendang Rotan, the negeri Booi, is held, kapata, or old poem, is usually sung. Siri sadaong kadua daong ya tuang, tiga ladaong harga setali ya tuang, pigi sataong kadua taong ya tuang, tigala taong balik kembali ya tuang. Tanong padi di karang-karang ya tuang, tidaklah sama tanong di tanah ya tuang. Dari Ladolo sampai sekarang ya tuang, anak cucu negeri Booi ada di mana ya tuang. These are the wisdom of the ancestors reminding the next generation to never forget the motherland. Booi, Samahu, Amanolatu.
Bagi saudara yang ada di rantau orang, yang mungkin sudah sekian puluh tahun, atau mungkin juga yang lahir di rantau orang dan belum pernah mengetahui negeri Booi itu seperti apa. Nah, inilah kesempatan kami mau memperkenalkan negeri ini bagi saudara-saudara. Mudah-mudahan dengan apa yang kami tampilkan ini, saudara-saudara bisa mengetahui, oh ini negeri beta, tempat kelahiran beta. Oh beta rindu untuk ke sana.